the Everett Public Schools and Secretary of the Everett School Committee to formally ask that the city retain the former Pope John High School for use by the Everett Public Schools. Access to the site and the funds necessary to convert the building into usable space would greatly help the EPS to address overcrowding in classrooms throughout our district. The school committee voted to authorize the drafting and submission of this letter during its regular meeting on Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. Thank you for your time and consideration.
So not only asking the city council to hold the building, but also to secure the funds to renovate the building to be a school, not knowing what the cost is going to be or what the needs are.
Basically, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I think it's important that the school committee go on record that we do need space. We need it yesterday.
Yeah.
And again, we're all lay people, and we're looking around, and we're looking at my alma mater, Pope John, and we're saying, gee, this just isn't going to take too long.
Not going to take too long to renovate it to a school? That's what you think, in your professional opinion?
Not my professional, I'm not
Okay.
in construction.
Would we want to get the report back first before we make a vote on something we don't have all the information about? And are you also telling me there's no need for veterans housing as a former veterans commissioner? You think? No, is that what we're doing here this evening? We're pitting kids against seniors and veterans and families? So let's do a needs assessment and figure out what we need, and let's see if we have that in our city. We have a building on Broadway that housed 2,000 kids, a high school that I went to, that is maybe 1/10 occupied. So
All right.
a building that we do own, and it could show that it could be more costly to renovate than Pope John. It could show that. And also, don't forget, we took a vote that old high school was supposed to be senior housing, and we still haven't fulfilled that promise to the residents. So tonight, you know, we talk about a joint convention. We have conversations about joint, do you want me not to go there? I won't go there. I won't go there. But what is wrong with sending it to a committee and getting together and telling the city that this is exactly what we need? We need to take X amount of classrooms out of X amount of schools to reduce the overcrowding here. We need space for guidance counselors. We need a gymnasium. We need whatever it needs, a needs assessment to figure out how do we reduce the overcrowding. We're spending $6 million, $6 million, $2 million to build modular classrooms at the Cavarian. So do we need to build a modular classroom at the Cavarian if we're gonna renovate Pope John? Because these are things I need to know, because we don't have a piggy bank here. We don't, every time we spend money, it's tax dollars that we have to raise on tax owners, that rents continue to go up in this city. People aren't able to pay their rents, their mortgages, their waters, their taxes. They're able to buy groceries. Have you seen the lines at the pantries for food? Have you seen the lines at the pantries for food? Affordable housing is a big issue in this city. I am building housing, and I'm trying to build a viable transit system so we can move people in and out of our city. The more housing people talk about rent control and this and that. No, it's called supply and demand. The more housing we put in the market, it reduces the cost for people to live in our city. You want to keep overloading them with debt, then you'll have people not able to live in our city. We won't have any children here anymore, because we'll gentrify the whole city. Okay? So let's get the information that we need first before we make a determination here this evening. Okay? Because I live and breathe this job 24/7 for the last 17 years. I know what the residents need in the city. So let's do a needs assessment, and let's figure out what the schools needs.
All right, we're going to do a 5-minute recess.